Ooh-wee, we are messy today, but it smells so good. What could I possibly be making with these? We are going to be doing some primitive grunge, and I need to make my concoction up before even making over my items. I have a little container, just something that will seal, because this is all stuff that will get bad, I guess. It only lasts a couple weeks, but I'm going to be making a few projects. So I'm just going to take this little airtight jar that I have, and we are going to, I have in a pitcher hot water. I just ran it through my Keurig a whole bunch of times. Now my Keurig is nice and clean. We're going to start off with a cup of hot water. I'm going to actually do 2 because I need this to make another concoction. So I'm going to see how many I can get in here. We're going to do 3. 3 looks good. So now I have instant coffee. So yes, different. This is instant coffee. Just purchase at Walmart, buy the cheapest stuff you can find. I actually went to my Dollar Tree store and they did not have anything. So I don't know. Okay. So now we have the 3 cups of water. I'm going to get my half cup because it'll just be easier. Half cup to each cup of water. So I need 3 of these, which is a cup and a half. I know. 2. That's why I didn't fill it all the way up with water, because I need to be able to stir it. And it just melts wonderfully. And give it a nice little stir. And then the fun thing is you can just leave it as is, or you can add good smelly things. So I'm going to start off with some cinnamon. And whatever the ratio is that you want. This is just, I searched a whole bunch on the interweb and just kind of took away my take from what people were saying. So I'm going to do 2 things of cinnamon per one of the batches. So I'll need 6 of cinnamon, give or take. And we all know how cinnamon is. It's like, no, I'm not going to dissolve, but it's going to make it smell wonderful. So it's one of those mixtures you'll have to mix up every time you go to use it. So I got my cinnamon. And now for some other liquid to smell yummy, some vanilla. You think you're making French toast here. So same thing. I'll need 6 of these. Did I count too many? I'm not sure. Good thing it doesn't matter, right? Now you could add ground nutmeg, pumpkin spice, but I'm going to save those for the other part that I am using. So now we're just going to sit that off to the side because we are going to actually need it. Put my lid on before I spill. Now I'm going to have another container. And for this other container, this is going to be my glue, my Mod Podge kind of, but forever ago, a couple years ago, 4 years ago, I picked this up at a Goodwill, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is a great project to use this for. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio, something to be able to glue your primitive grungy mixture onto your containers with. You can use Mod Podge, you can buy a big old school glue like this. I just happen to have this on hand. So this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to take, I used to do a lot of crackle with glue, and then I fell in love with milk paint, y'all. So that's how that all turned. That's how that is now. Okay, so we have 1. Probably been easier to do in my kitchen, but all my supplies were out here. So this is what you do. So I have, so there's one. I need 2 more. I don't think it has to be like, oh my gosh, I'm over, I'm under. It's not that. It's not going to mess up your recipe. I don't think glue goes bad. This one isn't anyway. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of glue here. That's okay. Okay, now I need my mixture, my grunge. I'm going to stir it up, see if I can get my cinnamon. My cinnamon is actually staying together with it. And I'm going to take that cup. I'm going to pour a cup of this in here. And then we're going to mix it together. So instead of having the white glue, you're going to kind of have a nice smelling glue with a little bit of color to adhere your grungy mixture onto. So I just need to make sure that I get everything incorporated. I didn't find a container that I had laying around just to, I'll wait to thrift one. You know how we are. To be able just to put the lid on and shake it. So I just need to get that mixed up now. Okay, we're pretty much incorporated. There's a little bit left on the side, but it's all mixed in. Now I'm just going to pre-make a batch of dry mixture, instant coffee. This is what you're going to roll your item in or put on your item. There again, it doesn't really matter. And then the nice thing is I can reuse it for at least a couple weeks anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and I got some cinnamon. This one's cinnamon. Does it matter? I don't think so, y'all. Actually, I saw a couple recipes that they did brown sugar. So this is pumpkin pie spice. This is great for when you're a baker for the holidays and you're like, well, it's been a year since I've used these spices. So this would be a good project to use them up on. Ground cloves. Oh, y'all, this, you know it's going to smell good now. But see how it's just different darknesses, different shades of brown. I'm going to probably do quite a bit of the cloves because I really like that color. And then this one is ground nutmeg. So there again, we're having multiple different colors. Take one of my little spoons and then we're just going to kind of mix it together. So this is our dry mixture. So throughout the process, I might have to make more up, but at least I have some made up and ready to put on. You don't have to mix it up. You can sprinkle it onto your glue while you're making the item. I just thought it would be easier to have some prepared. Clear glass. The slowest seller, for me anyway, I don't know about you all. So the world of Etsy. So just go into Etsy, see what labels you want. I think for these 3 big ones, I want something to do with animals. I love animals. One that I use a lot is the chocolate rabbit. But I thought, well, I want to see what else is out there. I love the sheep. Absolutely love the sheep. So this one is Star Mountain Prims, maybe. I don't, everybody has to have a handler name. Here's the chocolate rabbit. I have a cranky coffee that I use a lot, but lots of Prim labels, tons. So even some with color if you want it. I mean, nobody said you just have to do this way or that way. You can definitely add color. That's pretty cool. Now, granted, I'm doing those 3 big bottles. Go big or go home for my first. I've made similars I'm just doing it a little bit different because I have so many clears that I would like to get used up. So yeah, just go in and find there's the cranky coffee, even though it's a bigger version. Y'all might have seen me used it. Mine's a bigger version. So the nice thing about it is once you buy them, you have them. Chicken feed. So that's a pretty awesome one. And then I'm not sure if I like that sheep. I might go back in because I have a milk bottle that I found that didn't have anything and see if I can find a cow. Oh, he's so cute. Though I don't really care for that part. I like this part. You just cut off what you don't want. Okay. Found a milk. I already had this from the chocolate rabbit. So now I'm going to copy image. I'm going to go over to my Excel, paste, and then there's actually a crop feature. So I'm going to crop it. So I just have the cow. That way I can size it to the bottle and not waste by having to print that out. There we go. Now I just have to go measure my bottle and see what size I need it to be. I don't like my colors like it to run or anything, so just to protect it, I can do my whole grunge around it and make it all work, but I'm going to seal my print in with Weather Defense clear coat. Cut this out. I'm going to cut it right to the image. Now I'm going to take a piece of copier paper, that image, and then some true Mod Podge. Put it on the back and make my label a little bit thicker. Oh, attached. And we're just going to go ahead and leave a little bit of that white showing. Off that excess. And then to distress so my edges don't look so clean, I'm going to burn them. That's why I left that little bit of white there. Where it has the Mod Podge, it should not burn very much. But I have a little bowl of water and a tissue to put out my flame. We're doing a controlled burn here. Is it a step you have to do? No. You can rip your edges just however you want them to look. But see, it just kind of stays on that dry paper and just kind of snippets the little just to give it a little distressed edge. And then this is what we have. Little edges that have kind of looked like they've been worn. Now this one is going on this big guy. It has some writing on the back of it. So I'm going to put that towards the back. And then we're going to Mod Podge this onto the front. A Mod Podge. Generous amount. Especially since now we've layered it with another backing paper. And then just start pressing it down. Some of this glue will have squish out, and that's okay. Our label's adhered, so I'm going to take a brayer. And that really will help the squish out glue. This is where it comes in handy that I sealed in my image. Because I'm going to get glue all over, Mod Podge all over. Push that down a little bit so it's not going over the curve of the glass. Now that I have it all on, I'm just going to sit it off to the side because I'm doing multiples. It looks good, doesn't it? Could leave it just as is. Got our little milk bottle on here. When looking for an image, I try to look like the size of the bottle and how I have to stretch the image out. Because sometimes they'll go wonky. Gluing and then burning. Just happen to have this plain milk bottle. Why not, right? Okay. So I needed to be squatty. Mod Podge again. Generous amount because it's doubled now. Even though copier paper is not terribly thick. Yeah, just plain copier paper. I do have an inkjet printer that I print them out on, but I still seal them in to make it so that the color doesn't run. It's very slidey on the glass bottle until you get it all distributed. That's nice. You can move it to where you need it to be. And now this label is just a little bit lighter in color. We'll just see how it all finishes up by the end. Now this one has the atlas on it, so we're going to put that towards the back. And then I'm going to put my little sheep right there. I have tried to sell clear jars. I have put buttons, dominoes, like marbles, so many different like elements into a jar, tried to sell them. Put them in our free pile. So I think this is just a great way to use some of these old ones up and get in your recycle bin and use some of them up too. It's those little sides that we need to talk nice to keep them down. Are we ready to get messy? So I have my mixture. I have this I don't know, like, just like, oh, I can, that goes up a little bit more, but we're going to start off at the back. Okay, I'm just going to start dipping in here, and we're just going to cover the whole thing up with this glue mixture. Probably work in sections. I'll work up towards the front. Oh, it smells so good. Do not eat it. Yeah, I can smell the pumpkin pie spice. Definitely do not take a. It's like when you think pumpkin pie, when you get all those spices in there, should taste really good. Yeah, it's okay that it's running. Don't worry about it. Just gonna get a good section going on here. We are going to be messy. I grabbed a cup. And that's what we're going to be doing. I said it was going to be messy. Then we're going to add, this is a heat gun. It's going to help blow some of it off, and it's also going to start to melt some of that coffee into the Mod Podge mixture. School glue. Until you think it's enough, and then we'll move on, working down. This is kind of nice because I can stick my hand right in there. Okay, I feel like my pieces are a little bit big because I'm going to use that. I didn't see anybody do this, but I'm like, I feel like my pieces are a little bit big. As long as I don't spill my water. Right? You use your, if you have the idea, use it. It'll be all right. Okay. Oh. Okay. Again. Add on. It is a messy thing. It's all good. Okay. Don't want that on there. And the nice thing is I sealed that label in, so we're good. And I'm just going to go back at it. Working until I get everything covered. Ooh-wee, we are messy today, but it smells so good. That's all I have to say about it. Now I'm going to take I think a small brush. I don't know. What brush should I use? with the mixture. And then I'll help seal it all in. Starting off in my top area. I should take down some of the bumpiness. And the school glue should dry clear. I hope. If not, I'm going to have a light version. Try to get it all on so it doesn't run. Hit it with the heat gun again. Going to help it stay in place. And then if I have anything that's like wants to drip, I just kind of pat it. Take that off. Okay, time to get messy again. So I think I'm going to start off with this area first. That was my hard area on my first one. I'm going right up to the seam. Tomorrow when they're dry, I'll figure out how to finish off the top. I don't think I need as big a big old cup for the smaller one. Like kind of burning is the coffee. Not any big deal. Graphing is not is not necessarily easy. That's okay. Going right over the yetters. Trying to make sure that I'm going into blending into what I already did. Got my Lazy Susan, my little turntable, I guess. Okay, back to the messy part where we put another layer of the glue, grungy glue, back on. Now I'm going to, because my glue is kind of colored, and I think this label is light, I'm just going to go ahead and go over it. There's enough of the spices to create, and I don't think it's going to darken the print very much because I sealed it in. Now we'll go ahead and kind of set it in place. It won't be dried, but it'll just stop the running from happening. Okay. Got the label on. I feel like, I don't know. Okay, I'll just try to be really neat. I'll try to be neat. Yeah, this is not one of those neat processes. Oh, the smell though is so yummy. This is a little bit harder because I don't think I'm going to be able to be upright very well. I'm going to hold on with the handle, this handle first. Nobody's more inventive than a crafter, man. we always come up with some way to figure out how to do something. This one wasn't well thought out. It'll be cool though if it turns out, right? So just putting that final coat of grungy glue on there. This just helps dry it so it doesn't run down. So I might want to make some ribbons for this, so I bought some cheesecloth, and why I'm still a mess. I have my grungy mixture. I don't think I need all of that. But you know, cheesecloth's not the easiest to cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some strips. Concoction. But the thing is, all your spices, all your goo goes to the bottom. See, makes a so just go ahead and mix it up. Is that crazy how that does that? That's some good goo, y'all. I don't know how much of it will mix up. I'm just looking to dye some cheesecloth. So don't be, yep, that's just what the, you know, like cinnamon never wants to actually dissolve, does it? But we like it. Oh, I am so entertained by the goo. Okay, I'm not too worried about it because I'm just gonna put these in the goo. I said, well, I was already messy, so I didn't see any reason why not to stay messy for cleaning up and get these dyed. And I'll just leave them strung out to dry overnight. Just in case. I'm like, I may want some of this dyed too. So, not gonna hurt a thing. Pull the strings off. But before I get myself all cleaned up, I might as well do anything I think I might use tomorrow to finish these off. So I left these alone all night, let them sit to dry. Look at that beautiful coloring. They are nice and dry, though I got some cleaning. I knew I would have some cleaning at the top of them to do, but oh wow, that color is fun and amazing. Yes, I did do the lid on this one. A little bit stuckage here. I wasn't sure, like do you fill them up or do I go, get that, because I tried to do as close up to the top as I could. I might run a little bit around that top area. I did the lid, so maybe you don't even need it because it kind of covers everything. A little worried about lifting that back up and having it scrape, but we'll see what it does. Oh my gosh, those are so fun. Messy process, but fun process. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, he's really stuck. Hello, big boy. Come here. Yep, just some cleanup to do around the edges, but oh, those are that's fun. Messy, but fun. So, just a little cleanup to do around the top. Part I'm like, will it take it off? No, it did not scrape it. So we do have the lid on there. That's fun. Sure, you can do this with something else, but I'm taking some of the Pet Art antiquing wax. And just aging that label a little bit more. As you see, I tried to go in with the concoction when I was doing it, but I'm like, you know what? I have a little bit more control with my little waxes then. Okay, I have all my ribbons from yesterday that I let dry overnight, but they're crusty. So I'm just gonna run my mini press over them to soften them up so they're bendable. Cheesecloth. Okay, let's see if this works or not. Tried to make a square. I said try. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work or not. I like the thought of it working. Or do you just take the lid off and leave it down and then tie it on? That would help hold it while I'm attempting to tie. Just adding because they're kind of flaring out. Just add some water to lay them back down. This is the big old piece. I think I'm going to put some flowers, some floral in here, see what I have. They look long until you tie them around this big old mouth, right? Let's see. Okay. Need to tie something around there to have it stay in. There's a will, there's a way, right?